St Mary's BBC report team recently paid a visit to Albert Basin in Newry. This is what Albert Basin usually looks like. Empty, however. It's all fun and games here in Albert Basin this weekend, as the fun fair is in town. However, this is not always the case in this part of Newry City. We have decided to ask some of our locals what they would like to see here full time. Okay, Darren, would you be able to give us a few of your thoughts on the plans for Albert Basin in Newry?
Well, I think that it's a good plan that they have at the moment, and that with this current situation that they've got going on with it, once they have it all sorted, hopefully it'll bring a lot of people into the town, and then also it'll be a real boost for our tourism, but also the local community as well, because it's going to affect a lot of the youth in that having that area, and then also a lot of families will benefit from it too, I feel.
Yeah, lovely, thank you. Okay, Gary, so what are your thoughts on the fact that Newry as a city does not have a park?
Well, I think the kids need facilities, they need parks, maybe a soccer pitch for them, football pitch, maybe you need a tennis court, walk the dog, whatever issue.
Okay. And do you think it would bring any effect to your business at all? More people to the city?
Well, if it helps bringing people in the city, it'll affect Newry. Yeah. They come in the shop, have coffee, maybe buy a pair of jeans, you just never know.
You never know. Thank you, Gary. Thanks a million. Peter, what are your thoughts on the fact that Newry as a city is yet to have a park?
I think there's a wonderful opportunity to do something with the Albert Basin site. There have been various suggestions as to the use it could be put to over the years, and the park is very current. If it's done right, I think it would be a great facility to add right into the middle of the city centre in Newry.
Yeah, and what effect, if any, do you think it would have to Newry in general or to your business?
Well, I think to add some leisure space, some green space into the middle of the city centre would be great for, first of all, for residents, to give them somewhere to go and play in. And if it's done well, it can potentially attract visitors from outside of the town, outside of the area to come, hopefully tourists who can use the park along with the waterways that are adjacent to it, whether that's the canal or the river, for additional activities. So it has got wonderful potential to attract people in, and the more people we get into the city centre, the better it is for business.
Thank you. So that's what the local people think. We also decided to talk to Brian Clement, Chair of the Newry 2020 bid. Brian, would you be able to tell us a little bit about the Newry 2020 bid?
Yes, so Newry 2020 is a community group that was set up about 4 years ago, approximately, and we do a number of different things. We run an annual traditional music festival, Yerkin Flat, and we also have an annual street art exhibition called the Festival of Windows. And the other thing we do, probably the highest profile project, is the campaign for a city park on the Albert Basin.
And would you be able to share with us a few of the benefits that a new park to Newry would bring?
Yes, the reason, well, we first came across the idea of a park because we had a public meeting to look at what the opportunities were for making Newry a better place to live. And one of the things that emerged straight away was the fact that Newry is the only city in Ireland without a proper city park. And there's a huge amount of research that shows that high quality green space is essential for mental and physical health, for quality of life, and also for economic growth and activity in terms of attracting visitors and attracting business investment. So unfortunately Newry doesn't have high quality green space at the minute, so we thought that would be a very important project for us to work on. The reason we focused on the Albert Basin was because it's a unique site in the sense that it's centrally located, it's a good size, it's approximately 15 acres, and it's surrounded by water, so it has all the opportunities that brings. And it's also in full public ownership. And in fact, what we found out as the project proceeded was the site was actually given to the people of Newry in 1986, so 31 years ago approximately. And when it was given to the people of Newry, it was given, the council paid £2 for it, but the statement was made at the time saying it was being given to the people of Newry. And the chair of the council at that time said that it would be used to create a recreation and amenity area for generations of the future, and that was Pat Toner and Pat's still around, fortunately, and he's been very supportive of the project. So it's not a new idea to have a park in Newry, it's not a new idea to have it on that site, but we really decided that this was something we wanted to push for. So, as I say, the benefits are mental and physical health. That's a hugely important factor. You know, I am a lot of my friends of young families, young children who be growing up in Newry, and then also the economic benefits in terms of making Newry more attractive to visitors and tourists, and also attracting greater business investment. So there's just huge opportunities, we believe.
Okay. And what would be, let me see, what do you think the next step towards the Newry 2020 bid would be then?
So the next stage for the Albert Basin Park project, we had a huge milestone in December last year when we got the council to vote in support of a motion to make this park happen. So we now have political backing to get this to happen. The next stage is delivery, and obviously that's a significant job in itself. Our focus will be on making sure that this is continues to be a community-led project, so that we want to make sure that ourselves and the other local sort of community stakeholders who've driven it to this point continue to be involved, because we believe that that sort of broad community support, which has grown and grown over time, is going to be crucial if we're going to get the kind of park we want, which is like not just a decent park, but an absolutely fantastic park that will transform the city for the better.
So that's our story on the development of the Albert Basin in Newry. This is Katie reporting from the BBC School Report.